All right, so staying in the NFL, we want to tie off the main segments with NFL free agency 2022. So we started on this Tuesday, and since Tuesday we had some more highlight free agency signings. The Bills signed Von Miller to a 6-year, $120 million deal. Congratulations, both ends, I guess. The Titans signed Harold Landry, 5 years, $87.5 million. The Saints signed Marcus May, 3 years, $28 million. The Rams signed Allen Robinson, 3 years, $46.5 million. The Raiders signed the previous mentioned Chandler Jones, 3 year, $51 million. And the Jaguars signed Darius Williams, 3 years, $30 million. So, Jay, those are 6 signings since Tuesday. They're probably the 6 biggest signings that didn't involve a trade. Out of those 6, let me ask you this. Which one do you think is underrated and which one do you think is overrated?
Let's see. Underrated. I'll take the cheapest one. I'll take Marcus May, safety coming over from the Jets, replacing another Marcus Williams. Williams got a big deal from Baltimore earlier in the week, 5 for 70. I'm not sure there's that much difference in between their levels of production. So I think the Saints made out pretty well. I mean, they obviously lose a big piece of their defense, but I think Marcus May can come in and obviously it'll be somewhat of a new system, but I think he can fill it. I think he'll be able to fill in really well. So I think the Saints made out well in that deal. Von Miller, 6 for 120 at his age, and I know, like you parse through the contract, it might end up being 3 years for 60 or whatever, but that's still like 6 for 120 at $20 million a pop. I'm looking. Obviously, I would have loved to see Denver and Von Miller have a reunion, especially when you bring in Russell Wilson and to transition to a win right now mode. And then, I see we get Randy Gregory. Oh, hey, that's nice. Would like Von, but hey, Randy Gregory at $14 million, Von Miller at $20 million. Yeah, yeah. Hey, good job, Bronco GM. I guess we priced out of that market. I just that's a lot of money for Von at his age, and he's still productive, but he's just not the same as he was. You're not getting the Super Bowl 50 Von Miller, where he's out here strip sacking Cam Newton over and over. I don't think you're getting that. And remember, he played well with the Rams, but don't forget, anybody can benefit from playing with Aaron Donald. So I think Buffalo. The one thing about Buffalo is that they needed to do something big for the pass rushing. I really did, because their defense has been really solid under Sean McDermott, but I never looked at that Sean McDermott defense and be like, man, this the pass rush you got to worry about. So I think this will be somewhat good for them, but I just feel like it does feel like they overpaid a little bit. As far as other things, smaller signings, I do think that's a lot of money for Harold Landry too. By the way, I'm not sure I'm quite seeing that. An underrated one, I think, for Pittsburgh, getting Miles Jack, getting another athletic linebacker in the middle of that defense. I think that'll help them. Let's scroll up and see what else. One thing I didn't mention on Tuesday that the Jets did, CJ Uzomah for the Bengals had a really nice season with Joe Burrow. That's a nice safety valve weapon for the young quarterback Zach Wilson up there. So I did want to get back to that one. I thought that was a pretty good move for them. Let's see what else. So many names on this list here. The Texans doing the same thing they did last year. They just out here signing everybody. They signing everybody, and I still don't know what it means. If you look at remember the running backs they signed last year? They signed who? Ingram and Philip Lindsay. This year they're losing. This year they're doing Royce Freeman and the Jaguar running back Dare Ogunbowale. I don't know what that is.
The Texans haven't had a running back since Arian Foster. Am I wrong on that?
It might be. Yeah, they ain't got much of anything now without Deshaun Watson. Let's see, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Those six you read off at the top was kind of the headliners.
Okay.
From the past couple of days, there hasn't been a whole lot more blockbusting action going on in the market. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw this thing over to you for any of your thoughts on what we're seeing.
All right, very well. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the scratch. Overrated? You got to be kidding me with this Von Miller contract. Listen, I'm not saying, like I said, at some point of Von Miller career, you could have sold me on 6 year, $120 million, and I would have been like, good to go. At this advanced age, and he didn't took injuries, and I don't know, man. This seemed like a real baseball-like move right here to give a guy at this age. This is not a quarterback, people. If it was a quarterback, okay, I got it. This is not. It's a pass rusher, and a aging pass rusher at that. We'll see. Like you said, Jay, it's probably some language in this contract where it's probably like a 3-year, such and such contract. Either way, from what's been reported, 6 years and $120 million for Von Miller is effing outrageous. That is definitely overrated. Overrated by as much as you can be. Underrated, I'm gonna go with Rams. I'm gonna go with Allen Robinson, 3 years, $46 million. I think when Allen Robinson is motivated, he's probably the second best receiver on that team. I think he's right behind Cooper Kupp. No, don't get me wrong. I like Robert Woods. I like Van Jefferson. I like those guys. But I think Allen Robinson is a better receiver than both of those guys. Now, I think Cooper Kupp got him. After what I just seen in the Super Bowl, this is Cooper Kupp team from the wide receiver standpoint. No doubt about it. But I think Allen Robinson would be a tremendous number 2 compared to what they had. Then you could probably put Robert Woods as the 3. I don't really know what goes on with Van Jefferson at that point. But I do think he makes the wide receiver core better. And I think we're going to see that with the Rams. And be on the lookout, but I think Matthew Stafford could win the MVP this year. Just saying. He could actually win the MVP. Now that he knows what's going on in LA, he done won a title. You know what I'm saying? Now he's the man there. He probably got more respect with LA than he ever got with Detroit. Let's just call it what it is. So I think now that Allen Robinson now, I think that's the underrated pick. Another one I think that can help is, like you said, I kind of like Marcus May leaving the Saints, going to the Jets. The Jets just need the players that they get. They don't need superstars. They just need the players that they get to give a damn. That's what they need. They just need 5 players to give a damn. 3 on defense and 2 on offense other than the quarterback. And I think you can make something there. The problem with an organization like the New York Jets is most of the players there and most of the coaching staff there just don't care enough because it's the Jets. Probably the same thing they deal with Jacksonville. So I think if you can get some players that just care to be there, that care to play the game, care to win, care to change the culture, I think Marcus May could be one of them guys coming from the Saints, a team that did win, a team.
I think you got that backwards. May's leaving the Jets for the Saints.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. What am I reading? Okay. Duh. Sorry about that. Disregard all that last stuff. Either way, if it was going the other way, I still believe in what I'm saying. The Jets still need players that give a damn. But Marcus May is one of the ones that didn't give a damn and he leaving. So the Saints is getting a good product in Marcus May. But, I stand on what I stand on. I'm not apologizing. And I'm out.